Hi, I'm Bruce Clay. I'm an SEO expert, and these are your SEO questions. How much disruption has AI caused SEO? The AI that appears at the top of the page has pushed down the organic results, so they're farther down on the page. While only 16 to 20% of all questions have an AI answer, all of those are losing about 2/3 of their traffic. So if the website is specifically information-based, they are likely to be losing traffic. If it is e-commerce, it hasn't impacted nearly as much. But if you were an information-based website and you lost 2/3 of your traffic, you'd consider that to be a very serious impact. Are there any AI tools that I would recommend for improving your SEO? Yes, there is. Certainly, we have an AI tool called Prewriter that creates content. It actually can even produce outlines and keyword lists and drafts of documents. The problem you face with AI tools is they do not do a thorough job of putting in place voice and tone and the things appropriate for a website. So you still have to have a writer involved. And so yes, there's a lot of tools that can be used for SEO. Do I think that the quality of the content and materials matter as much now with AI as it did when it was just SEO? The AI is still dependent upon the search engine to determine what is a valid page, whether the page content is trusted, authoritative, and Bing and Google, both as search engines, feed into AI and pre-qualify pages as being authoritative. Once that happens, then of course AI takes it and presents a consensus version of the answer so that the individual site no longer shows. But you must have quality content just to qualify for AI to want to include you in their results at all. Do I believe that traditional SEO is dying? I don't think SEO has ever died. I don't think it can die. My official statement is that SEO is dead when Google stops changing things and all of your competition has died. Until that happens, which is never, SEO is going to be alive. The fact is that it doesn't really ever die, it evolves. AI has impacted SEO significantly, and there will continue to be changes in SEO. One of the things that is a question is SEO only organic, or is it anything from a search engine? And that's something that we're working on internally now. I think that SEO is not dead. I don't think it can die. I think it'll be around as long as there's search. What is the biggest mistake that companies will make on their websites? Well, from an SEO point of view, it's structure. Most websites are not properly structured, no hierarchy. It is not a clear hierarchy, that's for sure. They are not set up in what we call silos, which is a hierarchical structure that organizes your content in a way that people would refer to it and learn from it. If you don't properly structure your website, you are not going to be seen by the search engine as a subject matter expert. You have to structure your website correctly. And that is the biggest mistake that people make. It's one of the most popular services that we provide. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with a website, but I'd say the biggest is that you aren't establishing yourself as a subject matter expert. When somebody calls for help, what is the very first reality check we have to give them? Can you afford us? And I know that it sounds a little strange, but nobody understands the complexity or the sophistication that goes into SEO or digital marketing. Digital marketing can change your life, but it's complex because you're going to have 1 million competitors out trying to beat you in the search results. You can do it. We do it all the time, but many people say, their budget is almost insignificant. The second thing is that the client is unable to implement the changes. We give them the changes, we tell them what needs to be done, we walk them through the implementation, but they won't change their website. And if you don't change the website, it doesn't do you any good to do SEO. Sites that can do it that can afford to do it right, they're the ones that see the big results. So what do I say to businesses that really cannot afford SEO? SEO is a lot of different things. One part of SEO is certainly a full service implementation. One part of it might just be having somebody on standby that can answer questions if you have them. Another part is certainly training. There's a lot of material out on the internet. Believe it or not, much of it is wrong or outdated. But if you take a professional course, it will help you understand how to do SEO, even if you can't afford much other than taking a course. Why is SEO training so important? The answer to that is it's pretty much that clients will continue to make mistakes and do bad things to their websites unless somebody guides them into what is the right thing. We've been doing training on SEO since 2002. I teach it as a master class with conferences, and you can't just learn it ad hoc. You got to learn the basics. You got to learn how to evolve them into your problem. We find that an educated marketing manager that is dealing with solving SEO problems is far better than somebody who is just thinking they know what they're doing. So we're a big believer in education. How should people prepare for all the changes happening to SEO? First, there are a lot of changes. You should just understand that. You have to prioritize the things that are appropriate for your website and make those changes. Google indicated that they change their algorithm 5,000 times a year, and that's a lot of changes. Some of them are industry specific, some of them are minor, but there's constant change. The only thing a person can do is pay attention and see the things that impact themselves, see and watch their competition. One of the things that's important to understand is you are not here to beat Google. You're here to beat your competition. As long as you pay attention to what the changes are, you should be able to cope quite well with changes that happen in the industry. Why should people call us instead of other SEO agencies? It depends on the nature of your problem. Sometimes we run into SEO agencies that are only good at one thing. The only tool in their toolkit is a hammer, therefore every problem is a nail. Many SEO agencies have different packages, and you could buy a gold package or a platinum package. And in those cases, they have predefined a solution that your problem has to fit. In our case, we actually create sprints, and we wrap the sprints around your problem and your KPIs so that we can deliver to you what it is that's actually going to move the needle for your business. So we customize everything for our clients. Many cases, you're going to need to do a deep dive. You're going to need to go into a problem area that a novice would never have encountered before. In our particular case, we have experts, and that's what we're known for. So we are able to solve the deep problems. We're able to provide you with the information you need that's wrapped around your problem. And as a result, we accomplish more for our clients. And that's why most of our clients have ever come to us. Our reputation is pretty strong for being able to solve the client's problems.